All right, guys, welcome back to another trade review. Today it is the 17th, Friday of July. All right, guys, welcome back to another trade review. It's Friday the 17th of July 2026, and today was a very simple day in terms of bias and in terms of what I wanted to see. So let's just get straight into it. Yeah, initially we're just looking at the 4 hour currently, and we had this crazy dump the past week or so. Well, the past week, we kind of rallied all the way down. We swept these highs here from last Wednesday, and then obviously the two draws on liquidity that I'm looking forward to price taking are this low here from like 2 weeks ago, Wednesday the 10th, and Tuesday. Very clear draw on liquidity, and I'm fully expecting at this point. I even spoke about it on the Discord that I want to see this taken, and I'm quite confident that it will. Moving down to the 1 hour, we do have some imbalance above. This isn't equal highs. Obviously, we've got relative equal highs above, and then we also have that 1 hour imbalance, which is going to play a decently big part in today. And then obviously we're opening up a 1 hour as well. Moving down to the 15-minute, again, we've got some imbalance above, but really I'm not worried about anything higher at this point. We're just waiting for price to sweep. Obviously, we've got this intermediate term low here as well, but we're literally not worried about any of that right now. One thing I am keeping an eye on just for future kind of draws on liquidity is the London high here. So I am focused on that, just keeping that there for future reference. And that sits inside that hourly fair value gap as well. And then down onto the 5-minute, it's just more of the same stuff. Honestly, at this point, don't even need to overanalyze the charts at this point. I'm keeping an eye on the fact that we've got obviously London high. And that could be a future draw on liquidity after we sweep these lows. So I'm just waiting to see what price does when we open. And as you can see, we literally just rally down and we sweep both of them lows. Now from here, obviously we've got that 9:30 kind of New York open high that was created, and that is always a major buy side liquidity pool or sell side liquidity pool, depending if it's a high or a low. Always very major for me. We have an inverse just before that on market open, which I did see a lot of people took. Dodgy took this one. He took it on the 30-second. I don't trade on the 30-second. If this closed, so if this candle here, the 9:33 candle, if that closed just above this low, I would have been able to take it. But because at this point we're already sweeping liquidity, then at that point the trade is kind of, the setup's invalid. However, I probably could have taken it anyway, just because of how much conviction. Like, we kind of just knew we were gonna induce these lows. So we've now finally induced those lows. I'm literally looking for anything to ride back up to these 9:30 highs, and that's exactly what we get. Play price a little bit, and we get this nice little V shape. My indicator that I've made actually did alert this and call it an A setup. I would call it an A as well, just because for an A plus it needs to be so clear. I know this is a very clear inverse, but a lot of the times I like to see confirmation, whether that's a CISD or just like a retrace back down a little bit, and then we inverse another fair value gap. Because sometimes when you trade the you know, the rally downwards like this, you kind of just get wrecked, you know, inverse, and then it will immediately re-inverse down the other direction. So you just want to be careful that you don't get caught up in that. But this one, again, like I said, plenty of conviction. We had a very comfy break-even point here that I didn't actually go by the rule. I'll actually show you in a minute. So yeah, very simple trade for me. Like, it was a no-brainer to take this. And then we're going to ride it up to New York open highs just like this. And if we play price, we just literally not much resistance at all. That just shows how big of a draw these lows were. I mean, I called out on my Discord. I said, yeah, these are going to be big. We're probably going to have a decently sized retrace back up into this 4-hour fair value gap, which I believe is exactly what we did. If you're not on the Discord, description will have the link for you guys. So yeah, we keep going. And we actually did have a couple more setups today, but yeah, this was just a no-brainer for me. We had a fair value gap as well here, where we took partials just on this high. Sorry, on the open of this fair value gap. So like a partials point. And then if we keep playing price, we had a potential setup here. So we swept London high, and then we had an inverse here, which I would have been done for the day by now, but I did stay on the charts just to have a look at what price did. The problem with this one is, again, like I said, we have the 4-hour imbalance that I wanted to see us trade into a lot more. A lot of chop as well. Honestly, if I didn't have this trade before, there's no telling whether I would have taken this or not, but it did fail. So it's good we didn't take that. Now we play price a bit further now. You can see the indicator's gonna alert a couple more. This, to be fair, I like this. There's a lot of highs just resting above this, in this area. And then we actually did get a decent size momentum inverse here. Indicator did actually alert that. I'm going to turn the indicator off for now. But this was a straight loss. Again, didn't take any of these trades. We were done for the day after this one. This beautiful here is like a 1 to 3.59 risk to reward. So that was a really good trade. But we didn't take any of these. However, I do actually like the look of this. I'm going to check on the 1 hour to see if we had any. Again, yeah, rejecting off that 1 hour fair value gap and the 4 hour. If we look at the price leg, I'm going to use a fib retracement tool for this. Depending on where we want to kind of call the price leg, we've got a long way to go for that to be a good retracement. But a lot of you as well would have called it just to this high here. And in that case, maybe we are ready to start retracing back. But like I said, we were done for the day by this point. So a lot of chop here. I think after this failed, I think I would have not entered this anyway. And then I do believe we had a couple other setups today as well. I think we had a couple longs or something. Yeah, we had this one, which was honestly very nice now in hindsight. In hindsight, this is very nice. Again, a lot of really poor choppy price action. I mean, we know what's going on. Recently we've had really poor price action. So I think I'm really happy to be able to get a trade like this today, especially with just how bad the market's been recently. So we had a really good sell side sweep. That is a protected low as well, coming off of that bullish fair value gap on the 1 minute. And then a very clean V-shape inverse here. And that would have been good. Would have been a very nice trade. Beautiful that. And then I guess we would have taken partials at around these levels. So yeah, another really good trade today. So price action in terms of the model has been great. It's really doing its thing. We were definitely bullish for the day. I'm not really looking to take any trades, looking to take any shorts, even after taking London high. I mean, I know we've dumped quite a bit. Someone in my Discord actually thought we were gonna go even lower, which we will. I believe that we will. Just I'm expecting us to retrace a bit higher as well. You know what I mean? So it's why I didn't really think about taking any shorts today. Another really nice setup there, and by that point is when I usually decide to hop off the markets. We're starting to move into. I usually trade for around 2 hours, so 10:30, 11:30. When it hits 12 New York time, I'm pretty much done. So yeah, that's the those are the trades for today. I'm really happy with that. I think it was a successful trading day. I mean, this is probably one of the most successful trading days I've had for a while, just because of how bad price action has been. So let's come off of this. Let's look at what we kind of ended up, yeah, just retracing. And this is exactly what we expected coming into the day. Like I said, called out on the Discord. It's just we're still trading inside this 4 hour, obviously end of the week as well. So we'll see what happens on Monday. We're going to be doing some back testing over the weekend, so be sure to stay tuned for that.